Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Rashawn again. Been a while, but we're gonna get into something here. So we're gonna get into salt today, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I talked about salt during the hemorrhoid video, but that was 50 minutes long, and I understand. No need to explain. But anyway, so I've got this boy. I ain't gonna say his name. Alright, I got this boy. He was given a paper. And on the paper, he was told, limit your intake of salt, sodium, because what it does is it holds on to water and pools near the vital organs. It can cause problems and all this other shit. But I don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, how we've got it all upside down. All right, it's all upside down. Because first of all, let me go back to when I started on the keto. Right, before that, I was trying to gain weight on purpose by eating pancakes at 10 o'clock at night, douse some maple syrup on that shit, add some chia seeds as well. Trying to gain. That's the best way to gain weight, guys. Eat trash at night before you go to bed, so you don't got time to burn those calories, or whatever the hell it is, right? And I was doing good with it, right? Got to 175, close to 180, right? And then I found the keto. And then on the keto, within a couple of weeks, I lost like 13 to 15 pounds. Went between the 155 to 160 range, as well as over the next couple of months gaining an inch. So, I ended up doing the opposite of what I wanted to do, right? Which was gain weight. But we grew an inch and lost weight, right? Which, if you grow and lose weight, you look skinnier. But that's besides the point. We'll probably get into that another day. But here been the thing, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Because all those problems I talked about on the hemorrhoid video, they are all attributed to a lack of this. A lack of salt, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Himalayan pink salt. This is Redmond's real salt. I just put it in the salt shaker. But here been the thing, guys, all right? So when it comes to sugar and salt, right, one of the things that they do well is hold on to water. Okay? For 1 gram of sugar, it carries along with the 1 gram of salt, or 1 molecule of sugar, it brings with it a molecule of water, right? So when I lost those 13 pounds in those couple of weeks, that was not fat that I lost. That was water weight. Right? So how is it that this man can get this paper that says sodium holds on to water when sugar does a hell of a lot better of a job of holding on to water? Because again, once I put those carbs low, the water shed off of me. Lost a few pant sizes. I'm still a little puffy, but lost a little bit of puffiness, right? And one thing that they tell you when you start a keto diet is, since you put the carbs low, you need to have more sodium. And at that point, I was still a demonizer of salt. I was like, what the fuck? There's no way that adding salt can be good for you. Absolutely not. But there are times when I was working, right, and I would just start dozing off, right? And I'd think to myself, shit, I'm eating a lot better. Got a lot more energy. But why am I dozing off? What could be? Because, ladies and gentlemen, salts, sodium and chloride are both electrolytes, all right? They keep you going. They keep you going. So especially, again, when you drop them carbs, the water goes away. You need some other way to retain some of that water. Some, not all of it, right? And you do it with salt. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you something. All right? This right here is part of my breakfast, all right? It is a mashup of sardines, cod liver, and salmon, all canned. Right? And some of y'all may think, sheet, that's nasty. Well, again, I don't eat for pleasure, I eat for nutrition. So I don't really care what it looks like. But here is how much salt that I put on my fish. That's a bit more than I would usually do, but we douse that sheet in salt, ladies and gentlemen. Douse it. Because like I said, all those electrolyte problems that I had, it wasn't loss of magnesium or anything like that. It's because I didn't have enough salt. Now, you can take it into some nuance, obviously. Actually, before I get to that, for a long time, ladies and gentlemen, my resting pulse was over 100. I don't usually take my blood pressure, right? But I remember going to the doctor a few years ago. Actually, it was a long time ago. Went there, wasn't actually nervous, right? Even though I didn't like going to the doctor. They took my pulse, saw it was high, and the nurse was like, "Are you feeling okay? Are you nervous?" And I was like, no. Now, part of that was a lie, but my pulse was high. And even a few months into the keto, my pulse was still 105 resting. Now, I knew that that wasn't normal for whatever reason. Now, actually, I knew the reason, but I was like, there must be some reason why my pulse is 105. You know what I mean? So I put caution to the wind, and I was like, you know what, let's put some more salt on our sheet, right? As I did just there. But whenever now I take my pulse, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the 75 to 85 range. Still a little bit high for me, but a lot of times it's in the high 70s. And my blood pressure goes down with salt. So whenever a moron, because they're a moron, and there are a lot of morons out there, whenever a moron tells you that salt increases your blood pressure, they don't understand the nuance. You know what I mean? Now, if you have a lot of salt and you're still eating a lot of sugar, then the combination of both is a problem. But if you take away the sugar and just deal with the salt, it actually regulates your blood pressure, regulates your heart rates. See, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the body does a really good job of excreting excess salt. 3 ways: sweat, and both ways of going to the bathroom is how your body excretes salt. But to excrete sugar, you got to use your pancreas. Pancreas, insulin, all that, right? And it's more of a volatile way of excreting sugar, right? And also I notice when I douse everything with the salt, got a lot more energy, man. Got a lot more energy. Those times where I doze off, or had dozed off a few months ago, does not happen. There is no problem whatsoever in dousing your food with salt. Now, I don't use the iodized salts, right? People are like, oh, shit, where are you going to get your iodine from? Well, first of all, I just showed you I eat fish. It's fish. Idiot. If you can't eat fish, there's a problem. Yeah, I mean, I get my iodine from fish. Now, also, I've seen a dude that mixes his iodized salt with his Redmond salt. I guess you could do that. But there are ingredients in iodized salt that are kind of stupid. Like, there's dextrose in some of the iodized salt, which I don't understand why. It's a synthetic sugar, and it's got anti-caking agents. And iodized salt is pure sodium and chloride, whereas, you know, Redmond salt is sodium, chloride, but it's all got potassium, calcium, and all these other minerals, you know what I mean? It's a lot more natural of a solution, if you will. But ladies and gentlemen, final thing. Don't let a person tell you that salt is the worst thing for you. Now, obviously, like I said, if you're eating them carbs, you're stress eating them cupcakes, them muffins, and all the other sheets, then you can't have more salt. You can't. Right? But otherwise, get some more salt in that shit. And buy some good quality salt, none of this iodized salt bullshit. So, there it be. Salt. Put it in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.